Welcome everyone, my name's Tyler and today we're going to have a cool video for those interested in breeding French Bulldogs. We've got a really cool topic, but yeah, we're Woodland Frenchies and we basically have a passion for raising French Bulldogs such as Stella here, a little Frenchie, Frenchtons, and many Old English Bulldogs. Basically answer any questions you guys have, show our updates, and just really try to help our community here as much as possible. So if you're new here, definitely give us a subscribe to our channel after this video, and give us a like. We would really appreciate it. But like I said, today's video we're going to talk about raising French Bulldogs, breeding, and specifically we're going to talk about, can a French Bulldog female have her puppies naturally? We get this question a lot about a French Bulldog. You know, do they have to have a C-section or can they have the puppies naturally? And what are the risks? You know, we'll talk about different things with today's topic. So let's get started. Stella, she is about a year and a half now, and she is not going to have puppies. She is spayed. But for those of you that are looking to raise your own French Bulldogs, this is a really cool topic. Most people will start with a female, and yeah, again, the question is, can she, if you breed her to a stud, is she going to be able to have her pups naturally? And you know, reason for asking this question, it does cost extra money to do a C-section, and another reason is, you know, you have to do a procedure, and that's not always a fun thing to do, but we'll talk about that as well. And so about 80% of the time, females do have their puppies with a C-section. 20% of the time, they could possibly have it naturally. You know, that's kind of the numbers out there. What would I recommend and how we do it? Pretty much all of ours, we do have a C-section, just because there could be more, in our opinion, there is more of a risk that could happen to the puppies if you, again, try to have them come out naturally, I guess, to put it that way. And a couple of those risks, I mean, the main risk is for a French Bulldog, they will get stuck in that canal just because they are a very stocky, chunky dog. So they have a little bit bigger head, and they're just gonna get more likely of a chance to get stuck in there. And if that happens, you know, that would cause problems for the puppy, but also for the mom, and that's just not a fun thing to deal with. So again, my recommendation would definitely just to go ahead, have a C-section scheduled when she's about ready to give birth, based on the temperature and other different things that we've talked about in our previous videos. So you can check out those. I know we have a really good video basically going from breeding a French Bulldog all the way to the puppies having birth, going really good in depth on that. So go check that video out. But yeah, today specifically we want to just talk about giving birth and how that happens, and should you have a C-section or not. So yes, we definitely recommend doing a C-section just so you don't have to deal with any of those unwanted complications. And you have to make sure to have, you know, a local vet that you can take her into, and just know, you know, again, when her temperature is at a certain spot, and other things that we've talked about in our previous videos, where we went really good in depth on, you know, basically from the start of breeding all the way to the puppies giving birth. Definitely check that video out. It's one of our biggest videos for sure on our channel here, so check that out. So yes, definitely recommend a C-section. There is a risk involved with the puppies getting stuck and then also causing complications to the mother. So yeah, other question that people ask is, what is the average size litter of a French Bulldog? And that is determined a lot by the stud. So up. So if you're using a stud that doesn't breed often, and you know, he has a lot of, you don't breed them often, then that's definitely the best thing. You don't want to use a male that has been used a lot, especially frequently within a week or two, because that can cause less puppies. So I'd say the average litter is going to be anywhere from 3 to 5. Some smaller, some bigger, but 3 to 5 would be the average litter size. And you definitely want to make sure that, you know, you do the peak of the female when she's in heat, to make sure you maximize your litter size when doing that. But the average size of the litter is 3 to 5. And then another kind of question related to, do the females give birth naturally? Another question is, can a French Bulldog breed naturally? This is something that a lot of people ask about. And can a male breed naturally to a female? And most of the time, again, I would say it's about 85% that they cannot. and the other percentage that they can't, or they can. And the reason for that is, again, a French Bulldog, they're very short and stocky. Just the way they're built, they're just unable to do so. So you're gonna have to definitely do an AI, and that's what we mostly do, is doing an AI as far as collecting the semen for the dog, and then doing that with putting that inside the female. So that would be something to look at. And then just the expected pregnancy length of a female. So once the female's bred, it's going to be around 63 days until she actually has her litter. Again, check out our other video where we went in detail explaining that whole process. It's one of our top videos. Check it out with the info on French Bulldogs. So yeah, that was mostly about today's video. Can a French Bulldog have puppies naturally? So when that time comes, if you guys have bred your female French Bulldog, you definitely need to be prepared for the next 63 days until she's ready to give birth. And you need to make sure that you, number one, have a local vet, a trusted vet that's done a C-section previously. They know what they're doing. Secondly, you just got to make sure that you watch, when she's due, and watch her temperature, and make sure you follow the right steps when she's ready to give birth. And then, 3 would just, again, definitely do a C-section, in my opinion, if you're doing a French Bulldog with a French Bulldog, and to make sure that there are no complications that come up. Other questions I know we're gonna get from this video is, what about a French Bulldog? Say you have a Frenchton or a Boston Terrier mom, and you have a male French Bulldog that you AI'd. Are you gonna be able to, is that female gonna be able to have puppies naturally? So with that, normally Boston Terriers, so if you have a Boston Terrier, a male Boston Terrier and a female Boston Terrier, normally that mom can have her puppies naturally. And because again, they're more of a slender body style type of dog. Now to breed a French Bulldog to a Boston Terrier or a Frenchton, yes, the chances do go up more that that mom could have those puppies naturally. So you're gonna have to kind of look at the body types. If the male isn't quite as big as stocky, then you possibly could have that female have her pups naturally be born, but it kind of depends. Still, you're gonna have to see how she's doing. If you're, make sure that you possibly could have to do a C-section. So hopefully that answers your question about a Boston Terrier or a Frenchton female being bred to a male French Bulldog. Now if we have some other people that are going to ask, what about a female French Bulldog being bred to a male Boston or a male Frenchton? Then yeah, definitely you're most likely going to have a C-section, depending. And it's about the same vice versa, but most of the time you're going to have a male French Bulldog being a stud if you're looking to do that type of breeding. So hopefully today's video was helpful. Try to get this video, let's try to get up to 30 likes. Really would appreciate the support. Right, Stella? Are you ready to take a nap now? We got more videos to shoot, girl. But yeah, anyway, we'll see you in our next video, and hope you guys have a great day. Thanks, and see you in our next video.